he is tough. Now he is determined, and now he knows where he is marching, to victory and to a new world.
At this point in the war, the British they're a depleted force. They've suffered a significant number of casualties, and it's not a massive country. They can't bear the kinds of losses that, the Soviet Union did, or even the United States to a degree. And so we wanted to make those soldiers in the army valuable, and we wanted to make the players' choices valuable. Well, we looked at the context of the sort of the British history in World War II, and we looked at their tactical doctrines and the things that they were very, very good at as an army. You look at the historical accounts of them being very, very effective in the defense. Once they grabbed a piece of ground, it was really, really rare for them to be pushed off of it. And so that was something we wanted captured. And ultimately, we came up with kind of this hammer-anvil paradigm that we used, which is great on the defense. Through tech choices or through unit selection, you could be that anvil sitting there just able to take a pounding. Or there's the hammer context, and to be able to sort of switch into aggressive, hard hitting using their fast cruiser tanks.
Hey Duffy, what's the hurry? You looking to get dropped?
We looked at what we liked about the original British Army, the Commonwealth in Company Heroes 1, and we loved the sort of the character and the presentation of the army. But we wanted to make some changes in the play style. So we didn't want an army that was solely defensive and could really choke down a map. We wanted to make the difference between attack and defense more intentional, give the players choices as they moved up the tech tree as to which branch they would go. Do they go more towards the anvil route, or do they go more towards the hammer route? And at each step of the tech tree, we're giving them options. At one point they can choose between a fast armored car or a Bofors anti-aircraft gun, which gives them defensive capability versus the offense that they get from the armored car. And we wanted to sort of inject this defensive, offensive play style right into the core of the army itself, the design of the units and new systems. And so, the infantry section are really the best unit in cover. Right from the get-go, using these guys in cover is going to be rewarded by the fact that they have an additional rate of fire. They're more potent when they're using the systems that already exist on the map. So players who are able to play tactically are going to get a big advantage from even just the use of the core unit. The British Army is as big and fully featured as any of the other armies. The core tech tree has 15 units in it. In the commanders, we've got, again, another sort of dozen units comprising gliders and commandos and different types of command tanks and artillery and bombardment and air attacks and all the kinds of things you'd expect in terms of spectacle and unit control that you have in any of the existing armies. So one of the things that we've done with the commanders for the British is based on their idea of set-piece combat. So their abilities are bigger, they're more elaborate, they involve more types of units. And they're also, you could say on a bit of a timetable. But once they use it, it sort of locks out everything on a timer. Bigger abilities, much longer recharge. And so it gives them the ability to kind of plan and ready for a major operation and then unleash, this massive attack or a bombardment or an airstrike on their opponents and try and exploit that kind of confusion and damage that they've sown. And one of the things we always try to do at Relic on the design side, and especially in the Company Heroes franchise, is to build very unique and very asymmetric armies. We want them to feel different and each to have a very different character, and the British really follow in that tradition. They feel different and play differently and sound differently than any other army we've done up to this point. And I think that's part of the thing that's really attractive about the franchise and about the series is that there's a lot of content. There's a lot of things that we want the players to be able to experience and have fun with. Depending on the kind of player they are, there's going to be an army that will suit them.